So this is the Would You Rather Photography Edition. Would you rather have 15 clients a month or 15 clients a week? I'd rather have 15 clients a week because it will allow me to be able to network with a lot more clientele to be able to get my name out there even more. Having 15 clients a month is kind of cool, but they're more so would be retainer clients, I guess you'd say. And it gives me a lot less time to network, but it does give me a lot more time to get, surgical with each client. But having more clientele would allow me to have a better system to do a lot more with those clients. So I feel like if I can handle 15 clients a week, then I'll be really, really good at handling 15 clients a month. But I feel like I have to do that 15 a week first to get better at the 15 a month because majority of the time those are higher ticket clients. Would you rather use TikTok or Instagram for getting clients? Oh, that's a good one. I would say Instagram for getting clients simply because I think that a lot of people share things on Instagram. TikTok is really cool and it's really like niche to your location. But on Instagram, that's like where your portfolio lives and stuff like that. So people kind of come there with the idea of it being serious rather than the idea of it kind of being funny. People kind of still kind of don't really take TikTok too serious, but I feel like they really do take Instagram serious. So I would say Instagram for that. What's the next one you got for me, bro? Would you rather use TikTok or Instagram for creating content? Creating content, on the other hand, I would say TikTok because I feel like it allows you to just get out there and just give it to them, real raw and unfiltered. I'd like TikTok because you can see what just sticks to the wall. You don't have to be too serious about it. I feel like Instagram needs to be a little bit more curated. It kind of depends. You can still have that rawness to it, but people still kind of want, at least a serious enough message that's being caught across when it comes to clientele. But for content, I say TikTok. It's some good questions. Do you rather shoot raw or do you shoot JPEG? So when I first started out in photography, I did shoot raw. I did shoot JPEG primarily when I first started out for about my first 2 years because I was trying to learn, like rather than shooting the different file formats and all the crazy editing, I was trying to learn how to get it right in camera. I feel like if you get it right in camera, you can get it right when it's raw. But if you start off raw and you don't know how to get it right in camera, you're gonna always wanna, edit it afterwards. Sometimes you don't have to edit it. If you can get it right in camera, then it'll look good to raw. But overall, I'll say raw because it allows you to do a lot more with it in the edit because I do a lot of VFX and crazy, creative portraiture type vibes. But when it comes to JPEG, it is a smaller file size, but I'll still choose RAW because I'm a storage guy. I got a lot of hard drives. Would you rather use Sony or Canon for photography? Ooh, that's a good one. So for photography, primarily, if I was only doing photography, I would say Canon. I love the color science of Canon, and I feel like Canon is a lot better when it comes to primarily doing photography. Would you rather use Sony or Canon for videography? I would say Sony for videography. I'm doing primarily videography only. I feel like Sony has a lot more, like, a lot more to play around with when it comes to their cinema line and their colors and stuff like that. When it comes to video, I really do like, this is personal preference again, how the video quality that comes out of a Sony. Ah, interesting. So what would you do for hybrid? Would you rather use Sony or Canon for a hybrid photography? So when it comes to hybrid photography and videography, I would say I'm gonna do Sony because of what I do primarily, but I feel like Sony allows me to be versatile, so I can do photo and video. I can switch it really quickly and do both of them when it comes to hybrid. But I could, if I really wanted to, I guess have one Canon and one Sony. But I feel like it's a lot to do and deal with when you're a hybrid photographer. Have to change the settings of both. So I would say Sony for hybrid photography and videography. DSLR or mirrorless? Mirrorless, hands down, all day mirrorless. Mirrorless. The DSLR, the mirror on the DSLR, well, it flips too slow. I just had a conversation with one of my students in PNG University about this, and her DSLR, when she's trying to, shoot lifestyle or stop motion videos, her mirror doesn't flip fast enough, even with a faster shutter speed, to be able to capture each time. Sometimes it comes out blurry or she misses some focus. And I was telling her that it's the mirror in there that's kind of like messing with her because it's a little bit older. You know what I'm saying? It's like a older man trying to, keep up with the younger man. You know what I'm saying? Or the older generation trying to keep up in a race. It's kind of like, you're a spring chicken and you're not a spring chicken. When brainstorming, do you use Pinterest or would you rather FrameSet? I say Pinterest for sure. I use FrameSet a lot, but I use more so FrameSet when it comes to my videography, when I'm planning different shot lists for things like that, or for a film for a client or something of that sort. But when it comes to for my planning my photo shoots, I would say Pinterest is really, really great. I have a really crazy plethora of photos that I posted on Pinterest. If you guys haven't already checked those out, you should go check those out and follow me on Pinterest. But there's a lot of different ideas and boards over there that I have, and I love using Pinterest because it's like a cheat code to helping you learn how to pose, but also helping you give some ideas to kind of keep your creative juices flowing when it comes to planning out a photo shoot. Google Drive or Pixieset? Oh, this is a good one. This added some really crazy controversy over on YouTube. Pixieset. And I want to explain myself a little bit. I say because Google Drive is cool, it's chill. A lot of corporations use it, yes. But when you're doing portraiture for like singular clients or weddings, I do feel that it looks a lot more professional for someone to have a personal gallery. Like the way that it's delivered and the way that, it just looks to the client. It looks a lot more professional with their images and everything looks very much personalized. And I'm also able to have unlimited storage when it comes to this using the same price or paying the same price when it comes to a higher package with Google Drive or Pixieset. You're not able to get that unlimited storage option when it comes to Google Drive. They still cap you out or they charge you even more. So at Pixieset, I'm able to have that unlimited storage and use it in a sense as like cloud storage in some senses to be able to keep those memories online, live for my clients forever. And it really is able to help them out, and it's a very nice added incentive to be able to have for them to have. And it's good for me too as well, because when I'm out and I want to show my portfolio, I may not have certain files or certain things saved on my phone, but I'm able to show them a recent wedding that I've done from a client. I can lock down the browser. I can do so much different stuff with Pixieset. I've used Google Drive and I still use Google Drive today for my classes to save all of those recordings and the different files for the students. But for client work, I personally, once again, you guys, my opinion, prefer Pixieset. Acuity scheduling or Square? Acuity scheduling for sure. I used Square for a really long time. One of my good friends, she redirected me right into choosing the right thing, because I was doing Square for the longest, and she was like, "Hey, man, you need to change that up." You know what I'm saying? So I took her advice and I changed it over to Square. She's a hairstylist, goes by Queen Boss Braids. She put me onto the game, man. So I changed it over and I got to Acuity, because Acuity, bro, everything's, you got packages, you got everything that you can put. You can create add-ons for clients. And me being a photographer, having add-ons is very helpful. Having allowing them to be able to get the roses and all these different things to be able to add onto their package rather than Square. I was stuck on Square because Square was free. Don't get me wrong, I still use it sometimes now to create invoices and stuff like that for my business, but I do prefer Acuity scheduling over Square. That's not Squarespace, that's Square, like the Square appointments app or whatever you call it. And how do you feel about RAWs? Do you send your clients their RAWs or do you not send your clients? This is controversial right here. I send my clients their raw photos, right? So one thing that I say photographers kind of get mixed up is the different term between raw. Well, not just photographers, but clients, right? Raw versus unedited versus JPEG. A lot of time clients don't know what a JPEG is. They don't know what raw really is. They call a raw image a unedited image, right? But clients don't know that, the unedited images are those JPEG images. They're not necessarily the actual raw file that holds all the data and all the extra storage. I know a lot of photographers will tell me like, "Oh, I'm not a storage server. I'm not a person that's supposed to be holding your memories." And I understand that to an extent. When it comes to the JPEGs, I'm gonna hold the JPEGs. I'm okay with sending the JPEGs. They're your memories. We created them together. We shot them. Why should I hold those from you? I understand that it's my art and I created it, but to a certain extent, like if I'm not comfortable or confident enough in my work, that would probably be the only reason that I, as a photographer, wouldn't send you those raw or unedited images. But me, Taxi PNG, I'm fully confident in the the images that I created and the art that I've done for my clients. So I'm more than happy to send over those raw or unedited images without any controversy attached. I know a lot of photographers shun against that or don't really like that, but I stand by that wholeheartedly. Ah, interesting. I mean, it is their photos. It is their photos, man. It is their photos. If you didn't learn a thing or two, that's on you. I love you guys. Comment mentor down below if you want to learn more from me. Until next time, Taxi.
Oh, there's the cookies. Be right back.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.